You are now live. You can begin your webinar. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All
So
right.
let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Grandma's 2.0. And this evening, I have the distinct pleasure of talking with Dr. Sheila, Dr. Sheila Johnson, also known as Dr. Sheila, lovingly known as Dr. Sheila, I might add. So it is my distinct pleasure to share her with you. And she's going to give us some information about herself, about the products that she is marketing, and also about the services that she provides to women. I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about it, but I first wanted to share with our viewers a little bit about Grandma's 2.0. So Grandma's 2.0 is an organization that was founded during COVID, um, but it was something that's been on my heart for a long time, probably about 2 years before, but I just couldn't find the time to devote to it. So during COVID, guess what? I had so much time on my hands that I thought, oh, this is perfect. This is perfect timing. So I started doing events, virtual events. I had someone create a website for me, and this is what you see on the screen right now. And we are all about redefining grandmas because, I think grandmas get a raw deal. People tend to think that grandmas, okay, grandma, your time is played out. You're done. Go somewhere, sit down, But I believe just the opposite. I believe that when a woman reaches a certain age in her life, it's almost like this. She has a rebirth, this rejuvenation. And so I like to refer to this when it comes to grandmas as the 2.0 version of ourselves. So we've lived our lives where we had our children, we raised our children, and now some of us are raising our grandchildren. But for the most part, I like to think that this is our time. This is our time to do some of the things that maybe we had to put on hold for whatever reason, or some things that maybe we didn't have the courage to do when we were younger. And so we're ready to do them now. So I see Grandma's 2.0 as an opportunity for women who happen to be second level mom, I call it like grandma, as a way for us to relive some of our dreams, to actually redefine who we are. And I'd like the world to redefine grandmas because, again, I think they see us in kind of a negative light as far as, like we've aged out. We can't do this. We shouldn't do this. We shouldn't go here, all those things. But I think that women are able to do whatever they want to do when they choose to do it based on their own decisions about who they are. So without further ado, I wanted to give you a little bit of information about Grandma's 2.0. And now I'd like to present Dr. Sheila, who is going to give us a little bit of information about her. We're going to have a conversation where we're going to go back and forth, talking with each other. I have some questions for her, and she will answer those questions, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what she does and where she is in her life and how she got there and all of that. So Dr. Sheila, please, first let me ask you this. Are you a grandma?
No, I'm not a grandma.
But I
Not
know you
yet.
can't wait to be one of us, right?
No, I sure can't.
I know
I look forward to that.
it is a special place to be. It is a special honor, I can tell you, to be there, to be here rather. But tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about your background, how you got in this health and wellness field.
Yes, sure. Well, I'm from Southern Virginia, Tidewater area,
Okay.
and and I'm married. I have two children, two adult children, aged 27 and 23, a boy and a girl. And I graduated in 2019 with my doctorate in natural medicine, specializing in lifestyle wellness coaching.
Hmm.
And I also have a degree in counseling as well, master's and bachelor's in counseling.
Okay.
I also am a certified essential oil specialist.
What kind of specialist? I'm sorry.
Essential oil specialist.
Essential oil. Okay.
Yes, I work with essential oils.
Okay.
And also, it's a big term here, but I'm a VIP nutraceutical consultant for
Hmm.
an international wellness company, which I will speak on a little bit
Yeah.
later, called
Yes.
APL Go.
Okay. Okay.
So I do a lot of different
Yeah.
things.
Well, Warren Buffett says we all must have multiple streams of income. Okay. And I believe in that very strongly. So,
I do too.
yes. So, yes. Yes. Congratulations on that, because I think
Thank
that's
you.
something that we definitely have to do for ourselves and for our families. Yes.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
Especially
tell
these
me,
day and age too.
especially this day and age. Yeah,
Yes.
it's and it has nothing to do with COVID, because before COVID it was just, I felt the same way that we had to have multiple streams of income. Yeah,
Hmm.
I've been
Hmm.
doing that for years in my life, because I had the honor of being fired once in my life. Notice I said honor, and they did me a favor, really. And so,
Mm.
and I didn't realize that at the time, but later I realized they did me a favor, because never, ever, ever did I get myself in that kind of a situation again where I depended on one entity to pay me.
Hmm.
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Right.
so I strongly believe in that. So tell us about that long term that you were saying that you are VIP, certified VIP.
Is certified essential oil specialist,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then a nutraceutical VIP
Nutraceutical. That's the one.
nutraceutical consultant.
That's the one. Nutraceutical. Okay, so tell us about that.
Well, that's what the company. It's an international wellness company that started about 10 years ago. It's called APL Go. That's the name of the company. Started 10 years ago internationally, overseas in Eastern Europe.
Mm,
And it is launching over here soon. We'll be launching, looking at January of next year for it to
okay.
launch in the United States. We've been in a whisper campaign right now, but it is launching in the United States. And I want to mention that there are different, they're botanical products. And first of all, I want to ask you a question,
Okay.
Dr. Marsha. I want to ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
Have you, when you go into nature, you're walking in the park, or you happen to be walking on the beach and you see the water, you're part of nature, and you feel a calmness that comes over you?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
like a calmness. Everyone
Mm-hmm.
feels that when they're
Right.
out in nature,
Especially
right?
in the water. Yes, especially
It's,
the water. Uh-huh.
yes, exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what that calmness is, it is called negative ions because
Mm,
everything has energy. So it's negative ions that you're feeling. That's that calmness, that negative ions.
mm-hmm.
And it's specifically coming from the electrical charge of lightning as it hits the earth and hits plants.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the negative ions are coming in. So it's helping, it's giving us a calm feeling, but it also gives support to the plants. And plant DNA is a lot like human DNA. So the products of APL Go are infused with the negative ions. It's
Mm-hmm.
infused with the botanicals. That's why you hear of when people tell you to eat organically,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
when you eat organic foods, that's because it has those negative ions. And so you pick the fruit or pick the vegetables
Mm-hmm.
at its season
Mm-hmm.
organically, because when you take that fruit or that vegetable and say it falls to the ground and it gets a bruise, the negative ions are released from it.
Mm.
It's not as potent as it could be as when it was ripe.
Oh.
So that's what the candies are.
Mm-hmm.
It has those botanicals, has the negative ions. Now, the difference of the negative ions and the positive ions, you see positive ions all the time, but they're not as beneficial physically for us. But we use positive ions all the time. Computers, cell
Mm-hmm.
phones, those
Mm-hmm.
are positive ions.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, and there's been lots of studies that we should only sit in front of a computer for so long, and
Hmm.
you should be on your cell phone for so long, and I worry about these kids who are always with their thumbs on it.
I know,
Oh, my.
because it's not good to do that. Bad
Mm-hmm.
for the eyesight too.
And the
Hmm.
posture.
Yes, exactly
Yes,
right.
yes, yes.
Hmm. Hmm.
The brain
So,
cells. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, it goes on
exactly
and on.
right. Hmm.
Yeah. So.
So, so each, uh, so the products are actually, I call them healthy candy, but they're not really candy.
Mm-hmm.
They are botanicals. So each drop has infused with um, herbal botanicals
Mm-hmm.
and lettuce, excuse me, fruits and vegetables in
Mm-hmm.
each botanical drop. They're vegan, gluten free,
Mm-hmm.
kosher, only 1 gram of sugar per lozenge.
Mm. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've tried, what did I try? The relax,
Hmm.
um, the stop, STP. I said stop. I don't know.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
called STP. And then one of the power.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
for the energy. Yeah. I like the fact that they taste good. That was the number one thing for me. So for me, when I'm trying something new, if it tastes better, I'm like, I'm like a kid when it comes to that. I'm like, I don't want that because it doesn't taste good. So it has to taste good. That's the first test for me. If you pass that test, then we're on to the next one. And then, how does it make me feel? Right.
Hmm. Right. Right.
So that's the other thing. I liked it, and like as I was telling my daughter-in-law, yeah, you need to order some more of those. I don't know whatever happened. I don't know if she probably got so busy that she didn't think about it anymore. But now I've got a contact. I straight to the horse's mouth, as they say. So we don't have to worry about the middleman anymore. But anyway, they were really good. They were really good in the
Hmm.
taste, and they were good in, especially like that power one,
Yeah.
the energy one.
That's
I
yeah.
especially like that one. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The relaxing one, I would, by the time I get ready to go to bed at night, I'm already tired. So I didn't really need that one as much. But I really like the stop, and I like the power one.
Hmm.
Now, what other ones are there other than those three?
Well, there's 15 different drops right now that we
Ah,
have for 15 different experiences.
okay.
So you mentioned a few of them, but we
Mhm.
also have a beauty drop. It's good
Okay.
for the collagen of the skin to improve the
Oh,
elasticity of the skin.
okay.
We also have a drop called BRN, which is called Brain, which is good
Mm,
for mental focus and
right.
clarity.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm. You mentioned Stop, and Stop is good for pain.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Slide is another one that's good for mobility. You
Mm.
could take both of those together.
Together. Okay.
And before I go on, I want to mention that each drop is easy to take out. It's 30 tablets in one box. 30 tablets is easy to use. There's no protocol where you have to think, okay, I need to take one drop before breakfast or one
Okay.
drop before bed. It's just you take it at any
Any
time.
time of the day. Okay.
Exactly right. I do recommend, though, even though there's no protocol, I do recommend taking relax before you go to bed. It's
Mm-hmm.
because it does relax you. Some people will use it if their mind is racing and they're at work and they're getting off work and they
Mm-hmm.
want to relax their mind and get them prepared for to go home in the evening
Mm-hmm.
to unwind. They will do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then some
Okay.
people actually take it to sleep to help them sleep.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well,
So
that's
it,
why I took it. Maybe I
yeah.
said, let me see what it does for my sleep. But again,
Hmm.
like I said, I don't think I really needed that one that much because by the time I got to bed, I was ready to go to sleep.
Hmm. It does relax you. Hmm.
Okay. So now the others, there's the beauty, the
Hmm. The
collagen,
brain.
the brain. Okay, I can see
Hmm.
using that. What else
Hmm.
is there?
There's also one for regulating blood sugar called
Okay.
Norm, NRM.
Uh-huh.
That's real good.
Wow, that's a
If you,
good one. Yeah.
yeah, that is good to take the Norm
Mm-hmm.
together with our other drop, which is
Mm-hmm.
called HPR,
Mm-hmm.
which is for detox. detoxing the
Mm.
body. But those two together are excellent for weight loss,
Mm.
along with the powerful women.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
that powerful women is a good for vitality for women,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also good. I don't know if I can say it on to the
You can say it.
grandmas.
We're all girls. We're
Okay.
all big girls here.
Well, it's good for the libido as well.
Ah, okay, okay,
Powerful women,
okay, okay.
and good for hormonal levels as well.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
And then we have ALT,
Mm-hmm.
and I take that every day. It's specifically good before you exercise. If you, it helps you with breathing, so
Ah.
respiratory. So it's good before you exercise and after
Mhm.
you exercise as well.
Okay. And what is it? Does it regulate the breathe? What are you saying for breathing? What is it?
It regulates your breathing.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, it regulates that.
Because like I know when I work out, I work out 4 times a week, and I'm at a place where I feel like right now I'm kind of at a plateau, and I don't like that feeling. So I would like to try that power and the alt. No, that was it
Hmm.
was one you said helps with you working out, not the breathing one.
Not
That's
the
the
breathing
alt, but
one.
it was and I don't think it was the libido one, but it was one other one. Um,
I mentioned norm, and
Norm.
then I
Okay,
mentioned HPR. Those two
those two
for weight
together for
loss
work. For okay, yeah.
together
Though
with
that's
power.
probably what I need. I'd
Hmm.
love to try those. Yeah, I'd love
Okay.
to try those
Hmm.
with the power.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
those three. The
Hmm.
HR,
HPR. HPR.
HPR. I'm writing those
Hmm.
down. Okay,
Hmm.
HPR.
Hmm.
The power, PWR, and then what's the other one?
And the other one was norm,
Norm,
NRM.
NRM. Okay, yeah,
Hmm.
those three.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, those three. Those three sounds like I'd really like to try those. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So you say put me down for those. All right, because I tried the other one and I like the other ones, but these I really need something like I said for my weight loss. Because like I said, I think I'm at a plateau and I want to
Hmm.
go beyond
Hmm.
that, get beyond that.
Hmm.
Now tell me about. So that's about the products. You told me about your credentials in health and wellness. And what about your practice? So tell me a little bit about your practice, SJ Wellness.
With my practice, I've been in practice now going on 2 years. As a matter of fact, um, I want to say that even though I started 2 years ago, I've been with this health journey going on 10 plus years,
Mm-hmm.
at least 12 years.
Okay.
But I've been in school. And after I finished school and graduated in 2019,
Mm-hmm.
after being enrolled, I was enrolled in a 5 year program.
Okay.
After graduating, then I started my practice.
Okay.
Um, things started, Corona happened,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to do a little shifting with
Mm-hmm.
my career, where now I work my coaching practice. I help people online and also in person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I do that as well.
Okay.
And with my coaching practice, I work with women that are 45 years old and up,
Okay.
and helping them deal with the highs and lows of emotions. So I provide emotional support for these
Okay.
women
Okay.
as they're going through the transition of empty nest syndrome,
Mm-hmm.
or caregiving anxiety.
Mm.
So I deal specifically with emotional support.
Okay, that's a very interesting niche because you're not just saying women in general, but those women that are experiencing empty nest syndrome or caregiver having to deal with maybe caring for their elderly parents or something. Yeah, and
Yes.
that's a huge population out there.
Yes, it
I've never heard of
is.
anyone really targeting that group, and I think that's great that you do that because they're so. I went through something like that. I helped my mom with my dad when he was, transitioning, and it was really tough. It was tough on her.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and I just said, okay, I need to come down there and help you because this is crazy. She never got a chance to do anything for herself.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I could see that being that's wonderful Yeah,
Thank
it
you.
really
Thank
is
you.
that you picked that group. Now, why that group of people? Was it some of your own experience or something, or
Yes, through my own experience,
mm-hmm,
having loved ones,
mm-hmm,
close loved ones, close family members that I helped do have caregiving
mm-hmm,
duties with,
uh-huh,
and you feel like that you have no one to really talk to about them, especially
mm-hmm,
for women who are
mm-hmm,
taking care of their family, their mother or
right,
their father, but
right,
specifically if they're dealing with their spouse. If
right,
they're taking care of their spouse, they feel like they have no one to really go to, no one to
mm-hmm,
really talk to about this. And
mm-hmm.
it's an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then I
Yeah.
remember my husband had a stroke in 2020, January 2020, right? Little did we know that was just a precursor to what was about. Wow. Wow. I mean, when I say
Mm-hmm.
that now, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, that was just a precursor to what was about to happen, because that was right before COVID. But he was very frustrating because he was so used to doing things for himself, and then
Mm-hmm.
when
Mm-hmm.
he had to depend on us a little more, he didn't like it. So of course there was a lot of resistance. But he was
Yes.
he was highly favored in that, it didn't he really didn't lose much time where he was incapacitated, couldn't do things for himself. He actually, the stroke happened today. He stayed in the hospital probably what, a week or two. When he came home, he was back to himself, ordering everybody around. So he was really one of the lucky ones. He really was the lucky ones. Highly favored is what I say, because
Mm-hmm.
there's so many
Mm-hmm.
people that had a stroke, and some died, of course, and then some just were now dependent on everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And I can
Yeah.
imagine that's a tough spot to be in.
It is. It
Yeah,
is.
because especially if you're used to being your own person and taking care of yourself, then all of a sudden you got to wait for someone else to do it. Oh my God. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I know I can
Mm-hmm.
imagine, because I
Mm-hmm.
know that we
Mm-hmm.
had these differences, and I'm like, you don't need to eat that. So we went through all of that, right? So there's a lot of
Yes.
resistance there.
Yes. A lot of resistance.
So yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and yeah, you're right. The caregiver does need a break to get away from that, especially if you're constantly fighting the person that you're trying to help.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And also take care of themselves as well. That's most important.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So I
yeah,
deal
and
with the
not feel
emotional
guilty
support first.
about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, because that was another thing. You feel
Uh-huh.
guilty that, yeah, okay, God, I sure
Exactly.
would like to go somewhere and get away from this craziness. But yeah,
That's
but you're like,
right.
but I can't,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. We were
Yeah.
grateful. I just thank God for that, because He knows what you can bear and what you cannot, right?
Exactly
Oh my
right.
God.
So I
Mm.
want I want to mention too that with my practice, I offer a 1 month session. I also offer just a one session, a
Mm-hmm.
1 month session, and a 3 month session. And so with the 3 month session, we'll get more into depth of the emotional support,
Mm.
because when you're dealing with emotional support, sometimes that emotional support, you get dealing with anger, you're dealing with
Mm.
depression, you're dealing with
Yes.
frustration, and all of that also can have an effect on the digestive system as
Mm.
well, because digestive system is your second brain,
Mm.
and
Oh, it's
all
your
your
second brain.
feelings.
Never heard of it.
Yes, it is.
Characterizes that. Interesting.
Yes,
Okay.
it's your second brain.
Mm-hmm.
Anger will stay in your liver.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to release that in some kind of way. And so usually when you have those frustrations, those feelings, digestive system plays part. Because I know, have you ever felt like something, anxiety, and you feel it right in your stomach?
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Mm-hmm.
butterflies in the stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
hmm
Yeah. So yeah,
So
that's interesting.
yeah. So in that 3 month session, we'll get into more of digestive. We'll talk
Mm-hmm.
about the digestive issues. So the first month would be more of the emotional support. And
Mm-hmm.
then if you want to work with me for the 3 months, then you get into more of the digestive. We'll talk about healthy eating, healthy
Mm.
lifestyle.
Mm.
hmm
Okay. Okay. Huh. Now, do you do a blog, Dr. Sheila?
Yes, I do.
Okay, excellent, excellent.
Yes,
So,
I do.
I need to go to your website sometime and look to see what your blog is about, and let me know if we can somehow connect to it, so we can send it to our folks as well.
Okay.
Okay, because I'm sure,
Yes.
yeah, I'm sure that there are things there that they could benefit,
Mm-hmm.
benefit from rather, um, just hearing, about,
Okay.
because grandmas are, some are raising kids, some are not, some are living by themselves, some are living with spouses, some may have never been married, so they've got lots of different issues as well. So yeah, I'm thinking, I'm always looking for people who can help grandmas, help them kind of navigate their life,
Mm-hmm.
because even though
Mm-hmm.
we consider ourselves like a 2.0 version of ourselves, that's we still may need some support, because
Yes.
one of the things
Yes.
that
Mm-hmm.
I do is help support them as they navigate this new version of themselves, because again, it's a change, and sometimes people want to make changes, but sometimes they're afraid to,
Yes.
and they need support to kind of
Mm-hmm.
make those changes. I'm doing this thing right now. It's like a little, almost like a workbook. It's going to be an ebook version, of how to navigate, how to become a 2.0 grandma. And the thing
Oh.
is, for some people, they say, "Oh yeah," because like this one lady said to me, "You don't look like a grandma. You don't act like a grandma. What do you?" And I'm like, "What do you mean I don't look like and act like a grandma? What is a grandma supposed to act like?" Right? And so, people would say that to me all the time if I just happened to say that I was a grandma. And I was like, okay, so what is our version of a grandma, right? So my point is that I think people need to hear that and need to figure out how to navigate that. Or, if they want to. Some say, yeah, I want to do that too. But then some say, nah, I'm okay doing it. And that's okay as well. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
there's some of us out there like Beyonce's mom, and what's that other woman? Do you know Nicole Murphy?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, married to Eddie Murphy. Yeah,
Yes.
she's a grandma.
Beautiful.
Jada Pickett's mom is a
Mm-hmm.
grandma. And so all those folks like that, they are not your typical grandmas.
No, you're right.
They're not your typical grandma. When you
No.
look at them, you're
Mm-mm.
like, well, how old are you? You don't look like a grandma. So I actually take that as a compliment when people tell me that, but it's still really funny to hear that. I was at GameStop today buying some gift certificates for my grandsons, and so I was telling the guy, I said, okay, so one of my grandsons wants this. I said, but then I got three others. I said, now, I wonder what they want. He said, you got grandkids. I said, yes, I got grandkids. He said, you don't look like you would have grand. I'm like, what does that mean? So again, people have this vision of what a grandma is supposed to look like.
Right.
And we're
Mm-hmm.
dispelling that myth. No,
Mm-hmm.
grandmas don't look like what they used to be. Okay.
No. And
Totally different. Yeah. So
yeah,
that's kind of what we're about.
yeah, and back in the day, it used to didn't be quite like that.
Hmm.
Grandmas used to see him sitting in a chair rocking and
Right. Rocking
not
the
going out.
babies, right? Not
Yes.
going anywhere yet. Grandmas are at the gym more than anybody else. Okay.
Yes. It's a new day of that.
It's a new day. Right? Like Patty LaBelle say, it's a new day. Yes. And we're doing a whole new thing, different thing.
Yes, that's
So
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's funny. But now, do you have any grandmas that you know in your wellness groups?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I
okay.
have a few clients that are
Mm-hmm.
grandmas, and then I also have a Facebook private group
Mm-hmm.
with grandmas.
Ah, okay, excellent. Okay.
And they're not all grandmas, but they're a
Uh-huh.
few. Hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay, good, 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 good. So yeah, I know that I asked you for your some emails of some of your grandmas, because I really like to get them connected to our site as well, just so they'll know what we're doing out here. And we are providing events, we're providing content, they're trying to find ways to engage grandmas, that's all. So
Hmm.
just to kind of
Hmm.
show them that there's many facets of grandmas out here, many facets of us. We're not just your typical kind of grandma.
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, do you have any groups that are? So I know you do the counseling, right? The health and wellness counseling.
Hmm.
what else? And then I know you have the products. What else do you do?
Uh, well, I want to say that as part of my coaching business, I do herbal remedies. I do a personalized herbal remedies for people depending on their physical condition, the physical concerns they might
Mm-hmm,
have.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
I do personalized herbal blends. I do
Oh,
do
wow.
that
Okay.
through making essential oil blends. So I do that as well.
So now tell me about that. What would that be like? So yeah, kind of help me understand that. I'm trying to visualize that. So help me understand that. So I could. So tell me, just kind of, what would you ask me in order to come to that? What I needed to kind of figure out what I need, for example.
Well, I probably what I would do is I would ask you some questions,
Okay. Okay.
such as, how what do you how do you feel about certain issues of what you
Ah.
might be going through?
Ah. Okay.
What is your feeling toward this certain situation? And then
Ah.
I would pick out a blend that I think would be best suited for you
Mm-hmm.
according to how you answered.
Oh, okay. So if I'm feeling this way, but I really want to feel another way, those
Mm-hmm.
essential oils blends would help me get to that side that I'm trying to get to. Is that what you're saying?
Right. So
Okay.
if you are depressed, I
Mm-hmm.
would find an oil that would give you, that's considered to be giving you more joy,
Ah.
to help with that depression.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Because oils, that's one thing about essential oils. They work a lot like the APL Go
Mm-hmm.
lozenge that I just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
They go into the bloodstream right away, immediately. Um, what they essential oils go right into the limbic system of the
Mm-hmm.
brain,
Mm-hmm.
where memories are stored. So it doesn't change the memory, but it changes your perception of that memory.
Oh.
That's what essential oils will do.
So, like, I have this oil that my cousin sent to me, and I wish I had it right in here, but I don't. I have to get up, move, and go find it and all that. But she said you rub it on your, like, in the between your forearm, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
you rub it there, and then you rub it on your wrist, and
Mm-hmm.
then I think she said behind your neck, and it's supposed to give you energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so that kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah, you do put the oils in certain parts of the body, on the
Mhm.
neck,
Mhm.
on the forearm,
Mhm.
right at the wrist
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
for energy, or for relaxation,
Uh-huh.
or for mental clarity.
Ah.
Either
Okay.
one of those spots that I
Okay.
mentioned.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. And now she just told me that because she's my cousin. I listened to her, but I didn't realize there was a science behind it. Yeah, I didn't realize that that there was really a
Mm-hmm.
science behind it. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. All right. So now, so the wellness group. Do you have meetups with your groups? Or are you doing everything virtually right now?
I'm doing everything virtually right
Uh-huh.
now.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the safest because I wanted to do some meetup things at some point. I was hoping, after we got the vaccines and all that we could then go back to doing some face to face things. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. I don't know about
Oh.
you, but I don't see that happening
Uh-huh.
anytime soon.
That
Yeah.
will be a while, I think.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree
So
with you.
yeah, and I'm not gonna push it because I don't want to be the one to get out there and do it and then say, oh God, well, she was good, but yeah, she ended up with COVID because she didn't. Because people are saying that about folks now. Well, she didn't listen, so that's funny. But that's what they're doing. So yeah. Let me I want to show your information now.
Sure.
So let me find that so that people can see how they can get in touch with you. So do you see that on the screen?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so let's hide that. Okay, perfect. So tell us about how to get in touch with you and anything else you want to add. Okay.
Yes, I just want to add this. When it comes to uh, health, I deal with the physical, the mental, spiritual, and emotional aspect of a person.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, all of my products will do that, will help with a person physically, mentally, and spiritually. all of my products that I offer.
Okay.
And I do want to mention of a quote that
Mm-hmm.
deals with emotional wellness,
Mm-hmm.
spiritual and mental. And the quote is, "The body heals with play, the mind heals with laughter, and the spirit heals with joy."
Ah,
And that is a
okay.
proverb that I just seen recently, but it all relates to whole body wellness.
Okay. So the body heals with play, the
Hmm.
spirit with joy,
The mind heals with laughter,
mind with laughter. Okay.
uh-huh, and the spirit heals with joy.
Okay.
Hmm.
That's beautiful. Okay. And you said that's a proverb?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty. I love that. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and
I'm a
one.
firm believer in play. Yeah, yeah, and you're right, and I do believe in that, and also the laughter, because if you're feeling kind of down or stressed or anxious about something, and laughing can take all that away. So I agree with you. And then the
Hmm.
spirit with the joy, yes,
Yes.
definitely. I have a cup that I drink my coffee with in the morning that says joy, and even though I bought it as a at Christmas time, at the end of the year after Christmas when everything goes on sale for like 50 cents or whatever, and I saw this cup and it said joy. I'm like, yes, I need that in my life. So I brought the cup, and every morning that's what I use to drink my coffee. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas, Easter, or just another day. But it reminds me that joy is so important in our lives.
Hmm.
Yes, yes, in our
That's
well
right.
being. Yeah.
That's
So,
right.
hmm,
Hmm.
all right. So
But
good.
but on the screen, I was
Hmm.
going to just share what this is.
Hmm.
This is my info. And on Facebook, you find me at Wellness with Sheila, SJ Wellness Coaching. Instagram at Sheila J Wellness. My website is selfcarewithdrsheila.com. And on that website, I'm offering a free ebook of self care and wellness.
Okay.
And my email is sjwellness1@gmail.com. And on my website, it is healthypopdrop.com.
Oh, that's cute. Mhm. And that's for the what did you call it? AS Gold?
Yeah, APL Go.
APL Gold. Okay, I'm sorry for
Uh-huh.
messing it up.
Oh,
APL
that's
Gold.
okay.
Okay.
And I want to mention too with the APL Go,
Hmm.
what I found with the drops, it is really really good. I noticed that children um, love APL Go drops. They love the drops
Hmm.
because it tastes like candy and it's
Uh-huh.
easy for them to take.
Uh-huh.
And it's also good for the population that we are working with, the 45 years and up
Hmm.
population,
Hmm.
because as we get older, sometimes we lose some of our enzymes. Our enzymes is not, we don't have them as much as we had them when we were younger. We
Okay.
lose some of the enzymes, and so as when you take the APL Go, it goes right into the bloodstream. And sometimes as we get older, it's hard to break down food in the body
Yes, yes,
because of our
yes.
age.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the beautiful thing about the lozengers.
Mm.
It goes right
Okay.
into the bloodstream, so it doesn't go into the digestive system at all.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good to know. And please, so to get these products, I need to go to your website, what was it? The last website link on your that you showed me that I showed a few minutes ago.
Yes, the
Okay. Okay.
healthypopdrop.com.
Okay. Okay. And then just look for those three that we were talking about earlier that I said I wanted.
Yes.
Okay. I will definitely
Hmm.
do that because,
Yes.
yeah, I'd like to try those. Definitely would. Okay.
Mhm.
So now, if you were to share with grandmas some last words that you'd like to share with them, what would those be? What tips can you give them, or whatever you want to share with them?
Mm. Let's see. What tips I would share with the grandma group
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
would probably be some things about dealing with
Mm-hmm.
physical wellness, and also just basically self-care. I guess I'll say self-care wellness for
Mm-hmm.
that group. That's what I'd rather say, self-care wellness.
Okay.
And so the things that I'm thinking about is that deals with the physical is specifically nutrition, adapting to a healthy diet.
Mm.
That would be number one.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, to do that, to maintain that, would be to eat more plants and to do you might have seen this in a pyramid, a diet pyramid, they call it,
Mm-hmm.
of
Mm-hmm.
healthy eating, where you
Mm-hmm.
take your plate and half of it should be vegetables on one side, a quarter of it should be protein, meat, beans,
Mm-hmm.
animal products. And then the other quarter side of it should be grains,
Mm.
your rice, your pasta.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that, and also eat less refined carbs of the white rice and the white bread.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that would be nutrition. That's just one of the things that I would recommend, and also to exercise, to move the
Definitely.
body.
Mm-hmm.
Exercise that lowers the risk of diseases, and it helps us to age gracefully
Mm-hmm.
when you move your body
Mm-hmm.
at least 20 to 30 minutes a day. And some people will say, well, I don't have time to do 20 to 30 minutes. Well, you could break it up
You
and
better
maybe do
make
10,
that.
maybe do 10 in the morning,
Uh-huh.
10 in the afternoon, 10 in the
Mm.
evening.
Yep. Yep. There
You
you
could do
go.
it that way too.
I see a little lady walking in her neighborhood every day about lunchtime. I mean, for years now. And this lady is so slim, and that's all. Well, I don't know what else she does. I can't say that, but I know that she walks religiously.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yep. And I
Yeah,
don't know
I
how
love
old she
walking
is, but
too.
yeah, she
Yeah,
walks religiously. Yep.
yeah, and
Yeah.
walking is free
Right.
to
You don't have to
do.
pay the gym fee
Yeah,
or anything. Right.
it's
Yeah.
free to
Yeah.
do.
It
It's
really
good for
is.
you too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Okay.
I guess next to the last tip, I would say drink water.
Mm.
Hydration, that's so important
Mm-hmm.
to release the toxins from the body. A lot of our physical concerns that we have in the body, aches and pains or whatever, is because of dehydration a
Mm.
lot of times. So it's best to drink
Mm-hmm.
water. Some people can't drink a lot of water, but there are recipes that you could do to help you drink water, by putting fruit in water, oranges or lemons or
Mm-hmm.
cucumbers,
Yep,
to
to
help
make
you
it
drink
taste
more
a
water.
little better. Yeah, because a lot of people, "Well,
Right.
I don't like the way it tastes." Well,
Yeah.
add something to it. Yeah.
hmm
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Those are really good tips. And I think one of the things that I've noticed about aging right now is that there are a lot more people who are really focusing on it than ever before. I
hmm
think there's still a lot of
Yeah.
people that are not, but I think more than ever before, people are focusing on that, and that to me is a part of that whole 2.0 version thing, right?
Right.
Because we're grandmas, but we're looking at our health. We want to be around for a long time. We want to be able to do things with our grandkids, and if we the only way to be able to do that is take care of yourself, like you said, self-care. You have
hmm
to, and self-care is eating right,
Right.
exercising, all those things that you said.
All those things.
Yes. And so, if you want to be here, then those are the things you got to do. Now, I know there's nothing is guaranteed, and the only one that really makes that decision is Jesus Christ. And so, but I'm just saying, we have to do our part.
hmm
So I agree
Exactly
with you
right.
wholeheartedly. I agree with you wholeheartedly. All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Sheila. I've enjoyed talking to you this
I've enjoyed it
evening.
too.
Well, have a
Okay.
good evening, and thank you so much. And I'm going to go to your site and get this stuff.
Oh,
All
thank
right.
you.
You're
Okay.
welcome. Yeah, because I definitely want to try and see, because I'm always looking um, for a way to kind of, help me with what I'm doing. I mean, like I said, I work out, I drink plenty of water, I eat so much better than I ever did before, and so I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. And so for most people that are my age, when I go to the doctor says, "So what medications are you?" I'm like, "I'm not on any medication. What do you mean?" You're not on any medication. No, you're my doctor. You ought to know that. But anyway, like it's so interesting that people think everybody needs to be on medication.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like that's the norm.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah.
So
That's
yes, and that's a testament to, I think, our health system.
yeah.
And so that's why, like
Mm-hmm.
yourself, the natural medicine, that whole field, I think is growing tremendously because people are tired of that medicine mess.
Yeah, that's true.
People are
And I
tired of
never
it.
tell people to stop taking medication,
Mm-hmm.
but they do have a choice though. Hmm.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, thank you, ma'am. I enjoyed talking with you and getting to know you, and we'll be in touch soon. Okay.
All right.
Have a good evening.
All
Bye.
right. You too.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hmm. Bye bye.